Hey everyone, Tom here with another weekly Stonehearth update. This week we've been pretty busy trying to get Alpha 10 out the door. We have a test build that we've put on our beta branch on Steam. Kick the tires there if you'd like. And as we bring that to further stability, then we will release it to everyone, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. For this video, I want to show you some of the new improvements for Alpha 10. First, water. As you can see, I've got a little lakeside village here, lakeside cabin, I guess. And we've also made some major improvements to the building editor. I'll show you how both of those interact now. So first, let me show you the new building editor. So we got a little debug information there, kind of ignore that. But we've changed the GUI a lot to make it just easier to get around and use your tools. And we've also improved the AI. So to show you how that works, let me just sort of build like a little dock here. So I'm using the slab tool, which we've temporarily moved to this little band right here. We'll add a better tool button for it. But if I want to build a dock, I can just come in here and this is sort of usual, where I can use the slab tool to do sort of free-form voxel editing. But if I come in here and build a ladder so my little people can get down, and then build each one of these, you can see as I go through each one, I get like a nice summary of the cost that existed in the old UI, but it was kind of hard to get to. So I'll build these 4 posts. And then as my little hearthlings go and build, you can see that they're building ladders actually to build these posts that are vertical. And they're doing that all by themselves. That's a new enhancement we've made to the UI. And as you can see, we still have some work to do on water, because these guys don't know they're in water. We need to do things like give them new animations, give them slightly different behavior when they're in water and things like that. But that'll come. As always, what you're seeing here in our development updates are works in progress. And so this is new. So in Alpha 9, you would need to build all these ladders manually, but we've tried to make the Hearthlings a lot smarter about when to build ladders and how to get up and do things completely on their own. So it looks like they're just about done with that. So I can come in here and build the top of my pier. So we can take maybe a slightly different color of wood and then just drag out a box. Oh, I need to use the slab tool. There we go. So I want it to be 1 wider than the posts. Right, so I can just sort of freeform paint with voxels. Pretty neat. And then let's just add a couple little elements on top to indicate sort of the tops of these posts. Okay, and we've got an eraser. Knock that off. And I can go ahead and build this. And there we go. And as they're building the top of my pier, let me also show you how the multi-story building editing will work. So in a video, I think a couple of weeks ago, I showed you people building buildings, multi-story buildings, but now let me show you how it actually works. So just like in the normal editor, let me switch my pattern here, get that nice diagonal roof pattern. I sort of drag out my floor plan as usual. So this is like, as I would normally build a building. And then to grow walls, I click the walls on the little house here, hit the button. And at this point, I could raise my roof like normal. But if I want to add a second story, I click the slab tool. We'll pick the same diagonal floor pattern. And then I just can make floor on top of a wall loop, just like that. And if I want to, I can make a porch that sort of extends out beyond my other floor. Great. And then when I'm ready to make the second story, just click the wall tool again, bam. And then we can pop a roof on it, just like normal. Sort of change the shape to sort of a peaked roof. Maybe I'm making kind of like a little tavern here. All our editing tools work, so I can change the color. I can start to add sort of some doors and windows into this thing. If this is kind of a tavern, maybe it's got some windows for the people on the second floor, kind of like that. And then what's also new is I can combine the building primitives with our slab primitives or freeform voxel tools. So I can sort of come in here and add a couple of posts, here, add another one, maybe right here, sort of finish off my porch. Right? And my Hearthlings will be smart enough to build this whole structure sort of on their own without me needing to build ladders all over the place. When I'm finished, I can say finished editing. I get a nice summary of the building materials. We had this before, but it was kind of hard to find. Now it's right in your face. Build. Okay. And there they go. So there's my plan, my 2-story sort of tavern building. And I'll hit escape. And now you can see what they're building. They're going to start with the first floor and then, build the whole thing up eventually. And you can see here they finished my pier. Right. So my pier is nice and tranquil by the lakeside. So these are 2 of the major improvements in Alpha 10. We've got water, which is fantastic. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see sort of the extent of this lake. And just for fun, let me just kind of show you how mining interacts with the water. So I can come in here and say mine out a divot of this lake. Maybe I want to sort of make it a little bit more visually interesting. So as they mine, the water sort of fills up the empty space from the lake, and I'm going to need to build a ladder so they can actually get out when they're done. They can take that ladder, I guess. So next up for us is to squash lots of bugs. Adding water in particular has caused us to change a lot of the underlying systems in terms of world generation, in terms of things like pathfinding and AI, and the way that the world is sort of stored and computed. So we're on a bug fix hunt for the time being, and when things are looking good and ready for mass consumption, we'll push Alpha 10 out the door, get it into your hands. We're really looking forward to that day. And if you want to play around with it and you currently have the alpha, you can get it by opting into the Steam beta. There are instructions to do that on our website, stonehearth.net. If you like what you see and you're not in the alpha, you can buy our alpha from stonehearth.net. And when you do, you'll get a DRM free download, a Steam key to install it with Steam if you like, and free updates all the way through the final release. So as my little Hearthlings continue working on this town and working on my little tavern, right, here's the plan, here's the progress. I'll sign off for now and say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, bye.